Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 30. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
Good. It's been a week.
Yeah. Yes, it has.
Heading towards the end of July here. So, things. We're reaching 200 subscribers. We're at 199. So be the last subscriber. If you are not currently subscribed, click subscribe. Be our 200 subscriber. And our 200 subscriber giveaway. Because everyone who has commented on our top 5 comics videos can figure out who's winning that comic. So we are giving away a King in Black #1, signed by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, CGC graded at 9.8 signature series. Very cool comic for any collection. And all you have to do to enter to win is live in the United States and comment on our top 5 comic videos. So maybe go comment on those and then go back and hit subscribe, because then that'll close the 200.
Yep.
And then you'll have your entries. But yeah.
Should we give them a specific date, like 24 hours after the 200 subscriber or something like that? That's when we
that sounds
close
good.
The entries. That way people have a little bit of a chance.
That sounds good.
Cool. Awesome.
24 hours from when we notice.
Yeah. Well,
because I don't think we get an alert or something.
I will.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I pay very close attention.
Cool.
What a shock.
But yeah, so got a menagerie of topics today. But first, do you want to talk about what we pulled, what we opened? I didn't really open much this week besides the draft. I opened a Marvel Uvia and cold foil common equipment.
In draft.
So that was pretty cool.
Tommy's stupid luck is stupid good, and I'm pretty sure he stole my luck at some point. He came over in the night, he snuck through my window, and he rifled through my drawer and grabbed my luck and ran off with it like a thief in the night.
Yeah, it was on your shelf on the second level.
Yeah, that's what happened. He stole it right off the shelf. He knew where to find it.
Yeah,
it was an inside job because what happened is I decided everyone I knew that did a Rudy case got really great stuff in their Rudy case. So I was like, I need more, case opening videos. I'm gonna go ahead and open the case and take video of it, and I'll probably get something great because everything's clustered, right? Worst case ever.
I have not heard of a case this bad in Uprising yet.
Ever. I got 4 cold foil commons, so 1 above normal because I also did get a rainbow foil Shuka, the claws, the ninja claws, and that's it. Legendary rainbow foil Shukos, which I think go for like $60 or something. Not great, and that's all. That's all, folks. Not a single Marvel, not a single extended art. To this day, I've opened 9 boxes. I've only gotten 1 extended art.
That's wild to me.
Right? You stole my luck. You ran off with it. It's all gone. And you open Fables every other day and cold foil stuff.
It's glorious.
It's terrible for me. So yeah, I think I'll just open 1 case next set. and be done with it.
Yeah, with this. Yeah, I did want to kind of touch on that with 2.0 and seeing how it's working now. I do think the smart move is to not bulk open and just open a little bit for fun, and then just buy singles. Because they're cheap.
Yeah. Agreed.
And they will be really cheap by the time the next set comes around.
For sure. Yeah, that's
so at the beginning, buy what else you need to play, and then after, finish up your collectibles later. We'll see how that goes. I know that's one of the things you're testing.
Yeah, for sure.
But
for sure.
I think that's going to be the way to go.
That was the worst case. So there are bad cases, people.
Yeah,
I know it seemed like all of them were awesome, but that was a terrible case. It does exist. No Marvels, nothing else. I obviously got like an average of 7 or 8 Majestics, but nothing like crazy. Oh, I did get 1 erase face.
There you go.
That counts for something. It's not nothing. But yeah, I think the coolest thing that I pulled that I was most excited about was I got the rainbow foil Thaw. It's not worth anything, but it
is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous in rainbow foil. I actually put that on my shelf because I was like, damn, this card is really nice looking.
Yeah,
so that went on my shelf even though it's just a piece of art. But hey, that's why it's on the shelf.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep, nothing special there. It was sad. It was the worst case I've ever opened of Flesh and Blood, I think. And I've opened some pretty bad cases.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
We also played some things. We went to draft. I went glorious 03. playing Phi. First game against Phi, second game against Phi, third game against Phi. And I lost the roll on all three, and that's why I lost all three. You know, you're at a flesh and blood event. Yeah. Yeah, you know you're at a flesh and you know you're talking to a flesh and blood player when they explain to you why they lost.
And it's not their skill set.
And it's not it's never their skill.
It's the most skill-driven game
Absolutely.
on the market.
Absolutely. But we all know in Uprising Draft, if you're in the Phi mirror and you don't go first, feels bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a factor. I think there's ways to play around it, but you have to be cognizant of that. You can't just go all gas.
No. I mean, obviously it's not 100% like set in stone thing, but I feel like the player that went first has to have a couple more like really bad turns, really bad draws.
Well, here's the other thing. Did you have full equipment? Like, did you have the sash?
I did not have the sash.
Yeah.
I had heat wave.
That's good.
And I had the legs.
Flippers.
So, yeah.
The flippers.
Yeah. But okay. I literally had zero opportunity to use them because I didn't go up against any Icelander.
Tough. Yeah.
And there wasn't a hand where I needed to go again.
Right. Yeah. I think the legs are not that useful, but the sash is critical.
Sash is very critical.
Yeah. Did you see one
at
all?
I didn't.
Yeah, they're hard to come by, but they're definitely like an auto draft. That's what I've heard that from a lot of the more competent competitive kind of types. They're like, your equipment is very important in this set, with I think the exception of Icelander. Unless you have multiple people like heavy drafting Icelander, you'll probably get a couple of the ice things.
Yeah.
To come around, but the ninja stuff, man, it's as soon as you see that, snap it up because you're not going to get a second shot.
Oh, I think the sash is draconic, so
it is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's used by both, and it's super good. So, yeah, if you see it, grab it. But yeah, so that's rough. I went 2-1 with Icelander, and I only lost because of my own mistake. Well, I can't say that. I definitely made a mistake in that, and I lost on that last match. He may have beaten me anyways, but I made a really stupid move. I arsenaled a red because of the way the hand draw went.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, it was one of those, if things went well in that next hand, it would be fine there. But if they didn't, and they didn't. And then he popped off with a lot of dragons, including a big one immediately. So it got like basically locked there, and that was the end of the game at that point. I was like, this is the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then we dragged it out for another like 10 turns. And I was like, that was the end right there. I know, because I just lost every chance to come back. And granted, part of that might have been in my own head, and maybe I threw my own game from that, but I played really well. I had an awesome draft. I was like, there's 2 Icelanders in our pod, and I got handed everything. I got a Hex. I got the what's the Icelander rare specialization? What's that called? Remember? Ice Eternal.
Yeah.
Ice Eternal. Yeah. I got one of those, which that is a combo, and I got to play it in a first. I guess it was a second turn.
That's
they
wild.
showed up. Yeah, it was great to have that Hex in like turn 1 come out.
Yeah.
Because that pressure's there for the rest of the game. It was fantastic. And then in the mirror, I won on the stack. It was one of those, okay. And he saw I was coming in, and he was going to get close to lethal or be lethal. He wasn't sure, so then he played on top of my stack, and then I played on top of his stack. It was wild. So we had to unwind it all and figure out exactly how it went. And he used up all his cards, and I had 3 damage coming in from Moon, and he's like, "That's game."
Nice.
So yeah, that was a fun one. The mirror match was actually really wild. But then I lost to Dromai, which I think is considered the bad or the hard matchup anyways.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was a very good Dromai player. So I don't feel bad about it, especially since I know I screwed up. You know, it's like, I calculated that risk poorly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. What else?
We played Icelander versus Reinhardt.
Yeah.
So we figured out how that matchup went. We played the first game off camera. John beat me pretty handily. And the second game, we record on camera. I won. It was fun.
Yep. It was terrible.
That's how it goes.
It was such a bad game. You won with like 30 life left or something, too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible game.
Reinhardt's really fun, though. I'm enjoying it. It's a 9 pummel Reinhardt deck.
Right on.
And doesn't do your typical Reinhardt things. There were a couple of mistakes I made, but overall, I think I'm going to sleeve it up, bring it this week, We'll see if I play that or Fi. I'm gonna bring both, but not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Rhinar is fun. I enjoyed Rhinar.
Mhm.
I think I only played him in Blitz. I never did the full. Or no, maybe I might have played some TTS with him in CC. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
it was
super fun. Yeah. And then we played some Dice Throne yesterday, which was super fun. The new Marvel Dice Throne. Played 4-player. Played out some of the new heroes that we hadn't played in the previous time that we played it, like Black Widow and Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch we already had, Black Panther. There's some. They did a really good job with the set.
Yeah,
These heroes.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Got us thinking like what other IPs they could do. Like maybe they could come out with a Star Wars one, which would be really dope. Because they already are in talks with the Marvel licensing people, so it can't be that far of a stretch since it's both Disney.
Yeah.
But
it was an epic in there too. I had me and your wife basically saved up cards. We were ready to battle it out at the end. Everyone else died, and it was down to the last wire where we're both like at low health. And she swung in at me, or was that I swung back at her? I can't remember exactly. Oh yeah, that's what it was. And then I defended and forced damage back with my defense. I was playing Captain Marvel, which ended her life on the defense, but her damage still goes through. And I had one thing that allowed me to defend for one more, but then she had something that manipulated my dice, reducing it by 1, and then I was at 0. I was like that close.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have won, except she's like, no.
No, we draw.
We both die. I was like, fine. So it was good. It was very good.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. I always enjoy that. Surprisingly, I don't think I ever would have expected that. I know when you told me about the Kickstarter, I was like, really? Yeah. But no, I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yep. And if you did miss the Kickstarter, they will be coming out in packs of 2. So if you're curious about the game, it's like Battle Yahtzee. It's super fun, very easy to pick up, very easy to teach people that don't typically play card games and board games. So if you want to get significant others or friends or family to do something similar to your Flesh and Blood or other card games that you play and don't necessarily, they have no interest in that because it's a little more, just it's too much. Dice Throne could be that game because it's if you can play Yahtzee, you can play Dice Throne. And then there's Marvel characters, so it's fun. You know the Marvel characters. Yeah.
Totally. It's a good time. And it is easy.
Yeah. But I genuinely, like, it's not like baby's first card game at all. It's just different. It's super fun.
It's just quick to pick up, but it's very flavorful, and there's a lot of replayability because different characters.
And characters interact differently with other heroes.
Yep. Yeah, and then you can also do like team battles and stuff like that, which is even more interesting.
Yeah, and you can play a commander, like, so it's like multiplayer.
Yep.
Up to 6, I think. Fun. Yeah. But yeah, we got some topics we want to talk about. The first one being I am undergoing a project of reorganizing all my collection. It is quite the undertaking, more than I thought it would be. But basically, the way I had my cards organized, I had everything together, and it just made it a pain in the butt to build a deck. So what I'm doing is I got these cardboard storage boxes, and they're putting all my organized bulk into these, and then setting them aside, and then leaving a playset of each card in the nice plastic box. But also leaving room in the box in the front with one of those little divider things that like locks, and then you can pull it out, and it leaves a little more, and then it gives it more space so you can flip through it. But then you can put it back, and then it keeps them all upright so they're not shaking around.
Sounds pretty good. Similar to what I do. All my bulk goes into cardboard. I do one play set, but I just kind of like this set. Every other set I've done by index, but I found that when I actually go to pull cards, there's only certain sections I end up touching.
Yeah.
So all I've done is said rares are together, sorted. So you have, class and element and all that stuff, right? And then the Majestics are all in their own section, fully sleeved, because I keep them like that all the time.
That makes sense.
I've done that the whole time, And then the commons, it's a play set that I jam together. They're not in like full index order, but they are sorted by like, okay, here's the illusionist ones. Here's the draconic ones. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all separated and chunked, but they're really not super sorted.
Right.
They're close enough that, I know I have a full play set. They're just
Yeah.
not in exact order. So easy to find stuff. You're going to flip through them anyways. No need to go all indexy, because it also makes it a pain in the butt to put everything back if you switch decks.
Correct.
Which is why I stopped doing it, because I was like, I am less motivated to make and change decks because of how much of a pain it is to put the cards back.
Yeah. But so I'm finding, so it's the BCW box, the plastic one that holds 3,200 cards. And what I'm finding is a set like WTR, ARC, they each fill one row exactly with a space divider left. So it's like the perfect amount.
Nice.
So like a full play set fits in a sleeve. So in one box, you can have 4 sets. And so far, that's been true. So I've done WTR, Arcane Rising, Crucible War, and Monarch. I'm halfway through Monarch. And it looks like that those 4 are going to fit in one box, which is awesome. So then that means that hopefully the next 3 sets will fit in the second box. So when I want to make a deck, I only have to open 2 boxes, and I will have access to all the cards. Opposed to what I had,
Sounds like, pretty good, but I don't believe it.
which was like 7 boxes.
Yeah. I actually like my 7 boxes, and I know where I'm actually going for stuff, but I can see why you want to have it differently.
What do you mean?
I mean, I guess if they're all really easy to find in the rows, that's fine. I like my boxes. I got these boxes from Talarian College. He's the one who recommended them. Card Barrier Box 1000.
Which is that?
Perfect. It's the plastic box.
Oh, yeah.
The link forever ago. Yeah. It's the one Talarian College dude uses. He recommended them, and I picked it up when I saw it on one of his videos, and I haven't looked back. I have everything in those. Well, except for bulk. That all goes in cardboard.
Yeah, I feel like that would drive me wild.
What?
The card barrier thing.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because you have everything double sleeved because you're a ridiculous
I don't.
person.
I don't. I only have the Majestics.
Okay, well then why would it drive you wild? It's pretty much one set. It's a play set for each
It fits.
thing,
Okay, so a
box.
play set fits in one.
Yeah,
Okay.
play set, all your rares, all your sparkly stuff sleeved, and then all your majestic sleeved, all fits in one easily with space.
Okay,
So
that's not bad.
if you want to like flip through or change the way things are or whatever, get extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Yeah, that's all I got on that.
Yeah, just thought I'd talk about it since I've been spending so much time doing it.
Yeah. How many hours does it take?
I don't know. I haven't timed. I would feel like I do it while I'm like watching Stranger Things or whatever. It's in the living room, and then I set it aside, and then I pull it out, and I keep working on it, and then I set it aside. And it's not like one constant go.
Gotcha. Just a thing to do.
A long time. We'll say a long time. But it's kind of relaxing.
Do what Tommy does.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years.
I mean, but okay, we'll see once I'm done with the project. If it turns out and it looks like it, I think it looks nice and works well, I'll do a video on it and talk about the different things and the products I use, because I think it looks really nice. Because like I have card dividers and stuff, and then I'm a little crazy about it. I have card dividers, these plastic card dividers, and then I take a label maker and I make the set name and like whether it's like warrior, brute, whatever. I put that on it, and then it's all so you can see from the top like what section is which.
Right on.
Yeah.
You are a little strange on this stuff, but it doesn't mean people won't appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. There are dozens of us.
Yeah,
there are dozens of us.
Exactly. So yeah, a video on that would be good.
Yeah. And
leave
just like
comment if you agree.
Yeah, leave a comment if you want to see a video of how and what products I use to organize my collection. And then we'll figure out what I'm doing with all this sealed stuff.
And here's where Tommy is right and I am wrong. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but Rudy was talking about how there's some sort of buyout happening on his promo cards. So me being a very good card collector / seller, I go and dig mine out and say, okay, maybe I'll put them up for sale. Let's see where they go. they didn't quite get as high as I wanted, and I had to clean up. So I cleaned up my area and I put them someplace safe. And I've been tearing my hair out for a week trying to figure out where the hell I put them. I cannot find them. I just had them. I put them somewhere. I can't find them. I don't know
Mine's
what I
in my
did with them.
fancy stuff binder.
Yeah, I had them in that. That's actually, remember, I couldn't
Yeah,
find them at
right.
first, and that's where they were. And I found them. I was like, oh, I have a promo section over here. I forgot about that. I pulled them out, and then they were sitting on a stack with the Triumphs because those were also going wild. And then I found the Triumphs since then. I put them on my shelf with stuff I wanted to sell. I don't know what I did with these promos. They're on my shelf somewhere.
Somewhere.
I'll find them someday. Someday I'll open a deck box or something, and they'll just be sitting in the front, and it will be like in front of a Kano deck that I haven't used in 4 years.
Yeah.
By the way,
checks out.
while I was looking, I did go through a lot, and I literally have like 8 to 10 hero decks that are pretty much made. Like, they might be missing Command and Conquers and stuff, but they're all made. They're just sitting on my shelf. That's how many decks I've made, how many characters I've tried. Like,
and
it's nuts.
Then you haven't put the cards away.
No, because I keep the deck. It's a deck.
Right. Oh, okay. So you keep it as
a deck. Yeah, it's like a Kano deck. I have a Kano deck, except for I'm missing CNC and E-Strike, and I put a little tag in there saying 2 CNC, 3 E-Strike, whatever. I'm missing
smart.
in there. Yeah. So I can just switch the ones that are like the high value cards. So I can pretty much play almost any hero. I was actually surprised when I was going through. I was like, damn, I really did make it for every hero almost. I think I have an Oldhim, I have a Katsu, I have a Lexi, I have a Prism, I have a Kano, I even have Dorinthia from when we first started playing. I built a Dorinthia way back then, and I was like, I forgot I made this. So, yeah, I have like every hero pretty much in a deck, some deck format, either Blitz or CC. Most of them are CC, but yeah. I did discover that, so thanks for losing the promos. I discovered I have all the heroes in deck form, pretty much there. Obviously, the meta's changed since those were made, so I'd probably tweak them, but they're close. They're close. Yeah,
and the other part, I
organize my collection.
the other thing I've been doing is, as I'm going through, like especially in Monarch and some in Crew, there were some cards that I was missing a playset of, so I was just adding them to my cart as I went, and then just ordering them when I finished. But so I should. My goal is to have a playset of every card. So
it's very doable.
Working on it. Yeah. I mean, there's so many cards where it's like a majestic. Like I'm ordering. It's like the cart has 30 cards in it, and majority of them are majestics or specials, super rares, and it's like $30, $40.
Yep.
They're like all $1. It's just like
100%
cool.
A thing. Yeah, it is a good time to be a deck brewer.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, the meta.
The meta is awesome right now.
It's crazy. So we just got news yesterday that the Calling in Utrecht Day 2 meta game was announced. They put out a little thing on Twitter, and my God, man, 11 heroes made it to Day 2. 11 heroes.
Yeah.
I think there's only 14 in the game. Something like that. It's not many are missing. Maybe 15. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we have Viserai with 13, Phi with 12, Prism with 11, Briar with 10, so no real surprises there.
Yep.
Bravo with 6, we heard he would be good. Oldhim at 4.
Me.
Really? I heard he was going to be good. A lot of people...
I mean, everyone said he'd be great after Prism, but I just thought he'd be good at this point. With this wide of a meta...
Well, with this wide of a meta, you have a less likelihood of running into a Prism.
That's what I mean. That's why I assumed he'd come out better on wins, but maybe not.
3 Dorinthias, 2 Dromai, 1 Bolton, 1 Icelander, and 1 Levia.
Crazy. Also makes me super sad because I was excited about playing Icelander competitively, and she's down there with Levia.
She made one. There's one that made it to Day 2, but we don't know the representation either.
Actually, we do. They sent that out first day. As far as like the population of each hero, they sent that out the first day.
So this is top 64.
Yeah, so 46 Phi, 35 Vis. So Vis is converting higher. 34 Briar. Briar is converting down, so weakly. 24 Prism, also converting down. 17 Dromai, terrible conversion, right? Bravo was 16, Oldham was 13, Dash was 13, and 0 of them made it to day
that
2.
was so. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dash was. I was surprised not to see any.
Yeah, Dorinthia 10, Lexi 10, 0 made to day 2.
That's what's really wild.
That I was shocked. Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh my god, you're right. She's not in there.
Lexi's not here.
Yeah, Icelander was only 6, so you're right.
Right.
1 making it in there is actually a pretty good conversion rate out of 6. 4 were Reinars, and we saw none of those make it. Katsu, there's 4. 3 Boltons, so even better conversion ratio. Only 2 Kanos, which I'm shocked.
Yeah.
After that freaking other, what was the other event?
Pro Tour.
Pro Tour. Oh,
New
yeah,
Jersey,
yeah,
the one we were at.
Yeah, that's right. God damn it. My brain is right. Yeah, Pro Tour. Yeah, Kano has like a 100-point kill combo, like 100 damage combo that can be pulled off. Apparently, I didn't really understand that, but that's what was the secret tech. Yeah, I guess it's really hard to do, or people found there's a weakness to it, so they did not bring it to this. 2 Azalea came in, 0 conversion, and 2 Levia, so 50% conversion rate for Levia.
That's pretty wild.
That is kind of wild. I actually made it. I wonder if it's just the Reinar in Levia skin. You know how people were talking about that before?
It could be.
It could be, yeah. No blood debt, just pure damage, like a brute damage structure.
Yeah.
So Phi is downgrade, but not by much. Vis upgrades. I think Vis is the only one that really goes up. Everyone else is pretty much weaker. I'll be interested to see the full stats when it's done.
Yeah.
We do have a winner announced. It was a Phi versus Phi in the finals. And, of course, Phi won from a Phi versus Phi, right?
Yep.
So that is the
usually
winner.
how it goes.
Yeah.
I wonder if the winner went first.
That's a good question, actually. I'm actually curious because at that level, it may come down to a dice roll because there are no mistakes made.
How bad would that feel? You make it to the finals and you lose the dice roll. And then you just have to play out the game.
I'm curious. I'm curious if it is that tight.
Because in Constructed, I could see the mirror definitely coming down to a dice roll.
Especially with players that win out against that entire field. Like, they are really good. They don't make mistakes. You know what I mean? You don't lose by mistake. You lose by not playing quite as efficiently as the other, which may be a dice roll difference. Yeah, it's wild, though. I mean, this is such a broad meta. Everyone's very much cheering it and loving it, and I'm super glad to see it. I'm just sad because I really just wanted Icelander, and Icelander is definitely not.
But she's there, and there are heroes that I expected to be there that are not there.
It's fair. She is there, and she's good. I'm not good enough to play her at that level. That's me. That's me.
And 100%. She also is probably one of the most complex characters to figure out, like, an optimal deck for.
At this point, definitely.
At this point, right. And so
Nick said I think she'll be better. I'm okay growing with her. I've been playing her since Blitz. Like she was fun then. I'm 100% okay growing as she grows. And I don't want her to be top and then LL out like immediately. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind playing her for 2 years as she slowly incrementally gets a little bit better, you know. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Every other set you'll get something.
Exactly. And it will be a fun new thing. Like this set is so different than the last version of her.
Oh, absolutely.
Vastly different, and it's so much fun. Like I enjoy playing her, so I don't really care if she's top. It's just like, yeah, there's a lot of very aggressive decks.
Yeah,
very aggressive decks at the top. 4, I would say 4 that represent mostly aggro archetype, maybe a little control-y, you know, with Briar and Prism having a little bit more on the control-y side.
Well, yeah, and then you also are followed by Bravo and Oldham, who are also controlled side.
Yeah, but they're vastly lower than the top 4.
Yeah, but they're the next up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, control being second place isn't surprising, but 4 aggro type builds at the top, that's scary. It's all racing and efficient racing and who can do their little fancy things faster.
Yeah.
Wild. Still fun. very much cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lots to enjoy with it, and clearly, there are ways to get to the top, no matter what you like. Well,
Absolutely.
generally speaking,
Unless you play Azalea.
or you're bad at the game like me. There's no way for me to get to the top. I don't care what I play, and that I know and I accept. I'm okay with that.
It's fine. As long as you're having fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that meta leads us into our next thing I wanted to talk about, which is how the numbers and market is showing that Flesh and Blood is continuing to be a player-driven market.
Oh yeah.
So
for
I
sure.
pulled up the recent best-selling cards on TCG Player right now, and interestingly enough, the best-selling card right now is Stormstriders, which just seems to point to a lot of people are having a lot of fun with Icelander or dipping their toes into Kano, obviously, because those are the two heroes that you can play that with.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a new card, so it's obviously Wizard is attracting new players because new players are buying it. And it doesn't seem to be a lot on the market because we're already up to, it's up to $162.
Yep. Yeah, there's been a steady set of sales, pretty much one a day for the past, call it week or so. Couple times it was two a day. So I don't think it's like a buyout or anything. It's just a
No.
natural market progression.
Because we've been pretty flatlined on the Rainbow Edition at like 140 for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. The price isn't fluctuating. There's no VIX on this. It's just naturally being bought up and it's popular. The volume is happening. So I'm curious. Does that mean some secret Icelander tech got figured out and people are like, some of the teams are like, oh yeah, let me get those and get that going.
I don't know
like
if that's
most of those
enough
teams
to...
have their Stormstriders,
Right.
so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's probably just people are like Icelander's fun.
Yeah, it's definitely not teams or professional players. They'll have their play sets. But I think it's people that were a new player in the past couple of months and have gotten comfortable enough with the game and are now feeling like, yeah, Icelander, Wizard, I get it. I've played against it. I want to play it. Kind of a process.
Either that or LSS let out a leak about the next set.
Oh, God.
And it has a new Kano.
Oh, everyone knows that. Dynasty's going to have the Starvo Kano. It's already been, like, pseudo-announced.
What about...
Because who else could... It could be Kasai, but...
Yeah. Kasai, yeah. I feel like Kasai is a real high probability.
That would make me too happy, John. That would make me way too happy.
Yeah, I mean, I have full...
If I could play Kasai in CC, yeah. I would play her to, like you're doing with Icelander. I would play Kasai in CC until she...
Like, regardless.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whatever meta, I would just play Kasai CC.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. And there's a lot of people that feel that way. So that's why I would not be surprised. Plus, like, her story, it kind of works. Like, she could be part of the rise. The uprising happens and she ascends as part of it. It does fit some of the lore. So, anyways. Yeah, we shall see what happens. Yeah. I don't think it's Kano Drakai because those Drakai cards just don't work with Kano.
Yeah, no, I know.
So that wouldn't make sense. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be Drakai, right? Or Draconic, rather.
No.
For the next set. We don't know if it is.
It's going to be talents, right? And so it's probably going to have some Draconic.
Yes, but I'm saying the hero...
Oh, yeah, the hero does...
that a hero is necessarily going to be a Draconic hero, whichever the featured hero is or whatever.
I mean, I'd be okay with a Draconic Kasai.
Yeah, that would probably go really well, right?
Yeah.
Because those Draconic cards would fit with her pretty good.
Yep, you swing with a whole bunch of those things, and then you have Centauri Sabers, or you probably get new swords. But even with Centauri Sabers, like, coming in between, use Brandis Cinderclaw, play L9, make your Centauri Saber attacks Draconic.
Can she play with the ninja sword that's out? Is it a ninja sword or is
it's
it
a ninja sword? Kodachi?
Ah, so she can't. No, not Kodachi. The Searing Flame.
Searing Emberblade?
Yeah, that one. Is that... Do you know? Because that would be interesting as an addition to a Drakai kind of build for her, or Draconic build
Draconic
for her.
Ninja, yeah.
It is Ninja? Oh, yeah. Okay, so unless she upgrades to Ninja suddenly, it's not going to work. So she'll get a different weapon, that makes sense anyways, iconic weapon, etc.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I think it's fascinating. We shall see soon enough. But yes,
Absolutely.
markets are definitely driven by play. Notable that Command and Conquer is now at $99.99 again, back up to $100. We were looking at it earlier; it's like 89 or something a minute ago. Now it's at $99.99.
Looks like History Pack is working, right?
No, apparently not. For some things, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's the part that's weird because it definitely is working for other stuff. They just need to reprint Command and Conquer or ban it, one of the two.
Or maybe it's
I don't
just
see it being banned.
or
Because
maybe
I've
it's
never
just
gotten
not
that right.
affecting the black border price.
Well, that is definitely a factor.
It could just it's its own thing.
Yeah, I've always assumed that the black border is going to be a totally different market, especially in the beginning until History Pack is like really all over the markets.
Yeah,
because it's not like it's a common draw out of the History Packs.
Right. Sure.
You know.
But even the white border is up to $80.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Shuko's legendary equipment is worth less than a single CNC.
Yeah.
Skull Bone Cross Wrap, which is also in the top 7 freaking best selling, God knows why, is only $30.
And a legendary.
A legendary.
Yeah.
Wild market.
Yeah. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. So it's obviously player driven.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely player driven.
That's the only way I see it.
The good news is that the cold foils are holding up. Sad for me because I'm waiting for their prices to come down. I may miss out. I'll be sad, but yeah, the cold foils are holding up, including like the Fable is basically flatlined at $300, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll give it like another month because I feel like we're still in the hype cycle, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hype and competitive cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. We just had our first major event.
Exactly. So we shall see.
That's what I bet you we do see a lot of purchases after this event, though.
Oh, yeah, because people are going to go, this is the meta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. Like, those FI decks, they're going to be copied. So everything in those FI decks just went up in value.
Absolutely.
So we'll see that probably next week, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to take a look, see what the lists are when they come out, and then watch those cards.
Yeah, because everyone's going to net deck that. A lot of people will, I imagine.
How much is a cold foil stubby hammers?
No idea. I think I have one, but I have no idea how expensive it is. Because it's a common, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it then, I'm pretty sure.
31.
Sounds right.
That seems like a good deal.
Yeah, I've been doing it. Yeah, slowly. Like I said in my video, 20, $30 a week. Spend it on a card that you think will go up eventually. It's been a good ride. I've enjoyed it. Clearly, some cards are going up. Some cards are definitely coming down, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else?
I mean, that's really all I had with the market. We do have some updates on our other card games, like Sorcery TCG is unfortunately being pushed till November, but they put out a very impressive video and very informative video about what to expect and how things are going. Yeah,
they basically said, look, we got way more Kickstarter people backing us than well, for one, any other game in the history of Kickstarter. And two, now they have to actually make all those boxes because they sold a crap ton of boxes, again, a record amount. So that put some strain on the production side of it. And so, yeah, so they're going to take a little extra time. They did say way back at the Kickstarter, you know, give us a little wiggle room here because we got to, you know, as we get this figured out, we got to work with our production side. And it's one thing if you're a small print run, it's another thing if you're like a really big kind of record breaking print run. So as part of taking that time, they explicitly said they're using the extra time they're going to have to maximize the quality and make sure everything is as like pristine as they can make it. And they showed samples of different type of foiling they're doing, including a cold stamp and rainbow foil combo, which looks sick, if you ask me. I really hope that's what they land on. But yeah, they're doing a bunch of different things, testing all sorts of stuff, and we'll get it. I don't even care if it goes into next year. I've had Kickstarters take over a year to come out. Hell, you know what else has taken way longer than it should have? A secret layer direct purchase of a commander deck from freaking Wizards of the Coast, who know how to do this and have massive print runs. Direct to consumer, can't even get that done in a year. So
that's why
I will give Sorcery some leniency. Still looks great. They're still doing some good stuff. Eric, the founder, is gonna release some more information. Apparently, there's some info on the next set starting to come out. They're slowly started talking about it, called Arthurian Legend, I believe. And so that's exciting, and they're going to keep pushing the game forward, with like a release a year as was planned before. So should be fun. Yeah. I'm excited.
MetaZoo UFO set is coming out next week. I was really excited for this when they first announced it. Now that I don't really play MetaZoo anymore, unfortunately, I'm less excited. I haven't ordered any yet. This is the first set where I'm going to be like, all right, well, it's going to go down. So I'll just grab it when it's lower, because it has gone down every single time.
That lock on the number of print is terrible.
Yeah, so they are printing 100,000 boxes of every set.
Yeah.
And they said, even when our community grows, we'll still be printing the same amount. It's like, great, but you don't have...
They have to grow into it.
Yeah. Like, you don't have the market that absorbs 100,000 boxes.
So this is where I wasn't sure. Like, I don't know how big a market they have. I don't know how big the TCG market is in general. Like, how many boxes is a reasonable number of boxes for any game to sell? And I knew 100,000 was a lot, but I just didn't know what the number was. Well, here's an example. Specifically tied to MetaZoo. Nightfall, they released 50,000 boxes were produced.
Yeah.
You can still buy it from distribution right now.
Yeah.
So they never even sold 50,000 of a set that was pretty hype during Halloween period. Now, they did screw some stuff up on that one, so that's part of why it didn't sell. But it's not that much. That's not a big enough factor to say that's why it's still at distribution. It's still at distribution because they just don't have enough people buying the boxes.
Yeah. And
that's half the print run of what they're putting out now. 2 sets at 100,000. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not too worried about it personally. Like, I don't care. I never went crazy on MetaZoo. So if my bags go to 0, that's fine. But
I'm not saying they'll go to 0, and I don't think they will.
I'm just saying, like, I'm at a point where it's like, if it goes to 0, I don't give a crap. It's not
sure. Yeah.
It's not going to upset me at all. I did trade 1 box of Nightfall for I believe it was a cold foil ram's head, the Guardian equipment.
Yeah.
I think that turned out to work out for me.
Yeah.
Although that went down too. At first I was like really upset because I was like, damn it, Nightfall was holding up and then the ram's head went down. I think it ultimately, I've won out as of right now. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I think you're up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And that's where it's like, you can't spend too much time obsessing over the financial value of things.
Oh,
right?
no.
Just enjoy it. I got that so I can play Guardian eventually. I still haven't done that.
You should do that. Now's a good time to do it. Whip together. Pick up the hammer.
What hammer?
Anathos.
Yeah.
Pick up the hammer.
Then I can't use the shield. Anathos.
Use Titan's Fist.
Yeah, Titan's Fist is the one for. It would be kind of fun to play.
Sideboard Anathos.
Hey, what if it's Valda? What if Valda gets an adult hero? I don't think that's gonna happen, but what if it's her? Then maybe
it doesn't make sense in the story.
No, it totally doesn't.
Yeah, build.
She walks in, she's like, I had a tavern in Volcor the whole time.
Build a defensive Volta deck.
Ooh, gross. I don't like that thought at all. That
Why?
makes me very sad.
It's just you're super defensive, and then you wait for your pulverized turns, then you pulverize.
Not only your pulverized turns, but your card draw turns that create all the...
Yeah, I know.
There's something there. That's an interesting idea. It would be worth the exercise. I'll do that. Yeah. It is fun to brew right now. There's so many things going on.
Yeah. And then you have Sift and stuff?
Sift is already added to my deck,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was already tweaking that. But that was an aggro Volta build.
Yeah.
A defensive Volta build with Minnowism. No comment.
No.
No comment.
Oh, Minnowism. Okay.
I like the Minnowism package.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Grand Archive, the game we've been saying that we're gonna play, but we have played, but just need to do some more refreshers before we start making content for. They did make some changes to the game.
Yeah, there's a whole new like subsection of cards that wasn't there when we played. Yeah, so we got to learn that.
Yeah, but as I'm diving into that, I am getting more and more excited. And there's a video on YouTube. I forget who put it out, but supposedly, I can look it up real quick. Actually,
look. What is the video of?
Main Deck put it out. It is the ultimate how to play Grand Archive.
Oh, nice.
So if you are interested in playing Grand Archive, check that out.
Is that recent?
Yeah, it came out today.
Nice. Very good. Very good.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, and it is on TTS, and their deck builder index thing is importable to TTS now, which is why we're excited to try it again, because we can make our own decks instead of just the precons. The precons were okay, but they did not feel evenly matched when we played.
No.
So it was pretty one-sided.
Yeah. And then, yeah, but hopefully either this week or next week we'll find time to get some more practice in and get some content out for it, because we are very excited, and it should be coming out in September.
Yep.
So question mark as far as we know. I mean, we're getting I feel like if we've gotten this far, I don't know what other kind of hiccup, like time periods for hiccups, like everything should be done.
Agreed. And I think we have. I put it at like 80% chance, but just knowing how so many other things, including the big boys things, have gotten disrupted.
Right.
You know, it's like if Magic can get disrupted, Grand Archive can definitely get disrupted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, it's that's just part of the world right now. So.
Right.
I am pretty. I am confident in the game being put out eventually. I just don't know if it's going to.
Oh, yeah.
Before, well, way back when we talked about like if it comes out, you know, because some of these things scam. And in fact, I think Louis was recently talking about like two Kickstarter games just ran.
Oh no,
money.
Really?
Yeah, recently.
Which one?
One of them, I can't remember the name. You have to go watch Kitchen Table TCGs thing, but one of them was the cutesy like animal, so it was kind of like a Pokemon style thing.
Dream Book?
No, I can't recall. I didn't know either of the games very well, so I was like, okay, I don't really care. But two of them bailed and died. Not surprising.
Yeah. With
all those going around and how much money was sloshing around, there's inevitably going to be an exit scam. And and let me take that back to a minute. It may not have been an exit scam. It may have been they just failed.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you just fail.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, so take it all with a grain of salt. But
just because a company goes down doesn't mean there's ill intent.
Yeah, and one of the things they were talking about, which I think bears repeating here, is that we're going to see a couple games die. It's
absolutely in the
next year or two. So Grand Archive may be gone, MetaZoo may be gone. I doubt it, but maybe it could be any number of games they're going to have. We're going to have the Great Purge. It happened in the 90s. It happened again in, I think, the early 2000s. It will happen again post this hot period of TCGs and CCGs. So just be ready for it, because it's a thing. It's a thing, and it happens. So not the end of the world.
No.
Creates nostalgia a decade or two later when somebody says, "You remember that game?"
Yeah. Do you know what that's happening to me right now?
I know.
Team Covenant keeps putting
games on my shelf because I was like, "Oh, I forgot about that game."
Team Covenant keeps putting out the staying Lord of the Rings TCG videos, and I'm like, I want a box.
So
I may order a box.
I mean, I'll play it. I'll try anything.
Yeah, I played it back in the day.
I did not. You'd have to teach it to me.
Yeah. Oh, I would have to relearn it, but
yeah, I know.
I remember
I'll crack
enjoying
up my Wyvern cards, and we can try that.
Yeah, they had starter decks back then. Maybe I'll just get some of the starter decks in a box.
Yeah. it was probably terrible, and we probably don't want to do that. Just
What?
saying.
The Lord of the
The
Rings?
game. Yes.
Why?
Because old games didn't know how to make games often. They just knew how to abuse IP and kids with expendable money.
It lasted a while.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Dead though, right?
Well, yeah, but it lasted. It used like art and stuff from the movies,
Yeah, yeah.
and so it came out when the movies came out. Then the movies stopped, and then it kind of stopped.
Lost its
Yeah.
sheen.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Magic.
Yeah.
Still
Dominaria United.
moving along. Like, oh my goodness. So Dominaria United is exciting for me because
When does this come out?
Soon. Spoiler season just started. I don't remember the exact date, but it's not far. It's like a month maybe.
So
like
there's
next
a
month.
month between double math. Like, so is there a new Magic set like every month now?
Almost. And the reason why is because you're again doing that thing that I said people shouldn't do. They're not the same. Double Masters doesn't apply to what.
No, I know.
That's why, because the last set was New Capenna.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I
So,
understand that not every
yeah.
set is for every player.
Yeah, I mean they're just on totally different cycles. It's
Right,
just,
but I just meant
you think it
Magic
is
as a
Magic,
whole.
it's Magic. Yeah.
Magic
So
is many things.
Here's
in
a
many
good
games.
example. There's no commander set or commander boxes for Double Masters or for actually Commander Legends. Did they actually have commander? Oh, I didn't get those ones. Oh, I got to get them if they have them.
For what?
Did they have them? I don't know. I gotta look that up.
What, Double Masters Commanders? No.
Yeah, you know how
No.
I get the commanders for every set because I really enjoy doing that.
I don't think Double Masters.
Not for Double Masters, for Commander Legends. Did they make Commander boxes
they did.
for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I missed that. I gotta go back and buy those. Anyways, point being is that Dominaria is part of the standard rotation. I'm super excited because the story is part of a 4 or 5 part story. So they are kind of going back to blocks to a degree. That's the rumor. That's what I've heard. And Dominaria United time frame, it looks like, and we don't really know yet, there's some sort of either it's back in time or there's going to be some sort of time rift where they end up back in time. That's why the Brothers War is the set that follows. This is all filling out the story from like the very first Magic sets.
That's cool.
Which is super freaking cool. And if you know anything about those stories, all of the magic and the artifacts were stupid powerful. That's why Urza and Urza's Saga and all that stuff had this stupid powerful artifact, because Urza and his brother, who I can't remember the name, he's definitely a main character in there, but I'm blanking on it. They were like artificers of various types, and that was the war, was these artifacts that they had fight each other, different styles of them. And that is the foundation of the entire Magic universe. And we're going to go revisit it, which I think is freaking awesome. I'm so excited for it. And apparently, so Dominaria United, Brothers War, and then there's a set 1. They have code names for the next sets because they haven't released the details. A set 2 and a set 2 part 2, all coming out. Those are like the first half of next year.
And the Lord of the Rings set.
Yeah, I don't care about that as much.
That's what I'll do. I'm buying all the Warhammer decks.
I'll play them. But I don't care as much about those.
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf Commander deck.
Yeah, with your Michonne in there as well.
Yeah.
Gandalf zombie commander.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm like, I don't know that I agree.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm sure. I am game for everything. Yeah, I totally missed these commander decks. I just looked them up. How did I miss them? Mind Flare Party Time.
It's because there's a new set every month, John.
I must have been. You know what it was? I was probably in the midst of Uprising.
Yep.
I just wasn't paying attention to this so much. That's crazy. Okay, well, I'll get these. Some of them are cheap. Nice. That'll be fun to play. I freaking love playing Precon Commander.
Yeah. Oh, we played that. Did we talk about that? Did we talk about that last week?
We didn't. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, we played Commander. That was fun. I played a game yesterday. I played the Strixhaven, Commander, Precons, White Black, and the Quill, and what's the green black? The one with the pests.
Witherbloom.
Witherbloom. Yeah, that's super fun. And then
That's a good deck.
yeah. Then what were the decks we played? Oh, we played the New Capana ones.
Yeah,
with
New
5
Capana
people.
families. Yeah, gangster families. With,
Or 4 people. Yeah,
4
that was fun.
people. Yeah, that was really good. Those decks are really amusing. They
Absolutely.
are like really well done and pretty well balanced, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was not like one deck was just outclassing everyone, especially with 4 of us like picking on each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Different
politics.
ways.
It was
It was fun. It was a blast. I love that. That's my favorite type of Magic. Like casual. We're not
Absolutely, me too.
We're trying to figure this out as we go. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do it. You know?
How does this work? How's that happen?
Yeah. What the heck is this keyword?
Yeah.
I've never seen that one before. You know?
Why is everything just kicker?
Yeah, that's right. That kicker. Yeah. So that was a blast. New Capena, I have to say those commander decks are the best ones I've played in a while. Now I have not gotten to play Kamigawa yet.
That'd be fun.
The D&D ones. Yeah, there's only 2, so it's a 1-on-1, which is one of the reasons I haven't gotten to play. So maybe we can play one time.
Yeah. Fun.
I played the other D&D ones. I enjoyed those. Those were pretty good.
Leave one with me. We'll do a webcam game.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, with was it Spell Table or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, we can record our spell table. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, totally. Cool.
Cool. But yeah, that about does it unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about. We have our normal stuff that came out this past week. If you want to go check it out, there's the top 5 comics where you can enter to win that awesome comic we're giving away. You can watch our market update. You can watch our Fab 2.0 market update. And we put out a gameplay video of Rhinar and Icelander. And I think that was it for this week, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we have some cool stuff coming up, and I'll announce the stream on Twitter when we're going to be making the Ducks run for our 200 sub giveaway. So that will be exciting. So follow us on Twitter so you can see when we hit our 200 subs and when we schedule the giveaway. You don't have to be there. We'll figure out how to get in contact with you, reply to one of your comments or something, say you won. But if you want to watch, follow us on Twitter for that time. And that's at Tommy's Top Picks. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right. Well, until next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.